Good morning, folks, and welcome to today's session. Today is all about problem solving, and everybody has problems. The easiest way to solve problems is, first of all, to go ahead and know what they are, which seems like a very, very simple solution. But a lot of people try to have the wrong problem solved, and therefore they never have the right solution. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the ways that you can go ahead and solve problems by stating what the problem is first. Whenever you're looking at a problem, you want to not only verbalize it, but also write down on a sheet of paper exactly what the problem is. The reason to do that is if you just have this general vague feeling of angst and uncertainty and you don't know what the problem is but you're just miserable, you'll never be able to solve that problem. But if you say, I have a problem because my hair is too short, or I have a problem because I need to have my eyes checked, or I have a problem, once you go ahead and you articulate exactly what the problem is, then it's relatively easy to go ahead and get started with solving the problem. Number two, drill down. By that I mean go deeper and deeper and deeper until you get all the way down to the root cause. If you say, my hair is too short. Why is your hair too short? Because my barber cuts it too short. Well, tell the barber to go ahead and let your hair grow a little bit longer, or get a different barber. Problem solved. By going deeper and by asking that additional question, sometimes what you're able to do is you're able to get beyond the immediate obvious problem and get down to the underlying problem. Number three, what you always want to do is look at the law of unintended consequences. And by going that one extra step and finding out what the actual problem is, sometimes you're able to go ahead and solve the problem just in asking the questions and in your proper definition of it. Step number four, whenever you're trying to think of a solution, don't just come up with one. Drill down deeper and deeper and deeper and see how many possible solutions you can come up with. And sometimes it's by taking that one extra step. What would happen if we did this? And if you brainstorm with someone else and you know roughly what the solution is, roughly what the problem is, and you're brainstorming, you can come up with great solutions. A lot of times, the best solutions are not obvious right at the very beginning. It's only by drilling down, by asking questions, by asking, if I do this, what's going to happen? By saying, what would happen if? What if? If is a great word when problem solving, because suddenly you're able to go ahead and ask a lot of questions that were previously not being asked. And finally, when you're asking these questions and you're looking at the law of unintended consequences, go ahead and push that a little bit farther and drill down deeper on that. Next step, simulate this or work this out. Well, it might be difficult to go through an actual simulation, to go ahead and have a computer simulation of what's going to be done. Try it anyway. See if you can go ahead and act this out. Let's say that your problem is you're nervous about asking a girl for a date. Well, practice in front of a mirror asking 50 times before you ask that girl out on a date, and you'll feel more comfortable with it. Or let's say that you're worried about something and you go ahead and do a diagram of this, and suddenly by looking at it in a different way, by using models, by being able to analyze this, you're able to take a look at the data and you're able to see this in a different way rather than just visualize it in your mind. This is a way that you want to effectively and efficiently check things out before you actually take action. And finally, what you want to do is, once you have come up with a plan, once you've come up with this, we'll go ahead and solve it, and you've come up with all the various options, and you choose one, start it, re-examine it, and adjust. What happens if you get started with something and it doesn't work? Try something different. You can go ahead and tweak this along the way. And sometimes everything is really, really close, but it's not quite. By doing a little bit of tweak once you've started, you're able to actually adjust that a little bit better. I want you to think of one of the greatest golfers in the world, Tiger Woods. Natural talent. He has all the abilities. He's constantly reinventing his game. He always has golf coaches. He's looking for experts that can come in and watch what he's doing and tweak his form just a little bit, tweak his drives just a little bit, help him to adjust just a little bit, because sometimes those minimal incremental adjustments will have a massive change in the output. And so sometimes when you're a salesperson and you're doing a presentation, just by changing a word, by changing a pause, by emphasizing one word rather than another, by being silent instead of speaking, sometimes what will happen is you'll have a massive change in the results. When you do that, adjust. Watch what you're doing and see, can I do this a little bit better? And finally, I keep on saying finally, there's the A/B testing. If you come up with a solution, you don't have to try it just one way. What happens if you try solution A and solution B and see which one works best? If solution B works best, what is it about solution B that works better than solution A? What were the results, and why were the results better than solution A? Can I go ahead and steal some things from solution A, steal some things from solution B, adjust, and come up with solution C? You always want to adjust and get better. LeBron James is going on a huge basketball streak right now where he's shooting over 60% field goal percentage, and he's making over 30 points per game. And he was walking by Chris Mullins, the broadcaster that was televising the game, says, keep on trying to improve each and every day. Even LeBron, at his best, keeps on trying to improve each and every day. Larry Bird did it, Magic did it, Michael did it. They weren't happy with the best. They want to say, this is where I am. How can I do this a little bit better? How can I make this a little bit better? And they were always looking for guidance, and they were their own worst critic, but they were always looking to get better. Any problem that you have is an opportunity rightly considered, because if there's a problem, most people are going to be afraid of a problem because it involves extra work, and they'll run from it. If you say, this is a problem, but if I go ahead and invest a little bit of time and effort and energy into this, what I can do is I can solve this problem, and then I'll have a better outcome, you're not going to have any competition. So if your competition, you're just a little bit better than them before, if you solve this problem because they didn't even attempt it, you might be monumentally ahead of them, exponentially ahead of them. So always be looking at every problem as an opportunity rightly considered. Go out there and solve your problems.